Well, welcome back to From the Couch to the Study. This is my video show where I show you things that I find helpful in my study. Today we're looking at Logos. You can see from my screen that I've upgraded to Logos 9. The kind folks at Logos have given me a free version of it, and I'm very grateful to them for that. So you'll see some things are a little bit different. But what we're looking at today is the same across Logos 7, 8 and 9. And this is a really helpful feature that I use all the time. This is custom highlighting. Now, let me show you what I'm going to do. This is Pixelmator. This is the app I use to make images on my Mac. Great piece of software if you're after one. I'm making an icon to indicate panels. Now, in the Bible, particularly in the book of Genesis, that's where I've been recently, the structure is laid out using lots of different things. And one of the things is panels. So a story that kind of is a chunk, and then you might get another one repeated later on. I'll show you a bit more of that as we go. But I'm making one for my fourth panel, which I'm just going to have a line, a number, and a line. I'm just going to export that to my desktop so that I can save it. There you go. I'm going to call it number 4. It's going to tell me it already exists. There you go. Replace it. There we go. So we're going to go into Logos. Here we go. Nice shiny Logos 9. We want to go into Tools to do this, and we want to find the highlighting tool. You can search at the top to get there quickly. When you click on that, something will pop up on the left. There it is. And I've got 2 custom palettes open here. I've got Structure, and this is where I have my section markers. You can see those are just lines that I've made in the image, made in Pixelmator before. I'm going to close that one down. And the other one I've called Chiasms. As we saw last time, if you've been watching these videos, I've been looking a lot at chiasms recently. I'm going to make a new style. So this little arrow here, when you put your mouse over it and you click, you'll get this menu here. I'm going to add a new style. I'm going to call it panel 4. There you go. You can see the text appears there. There's a lot of different options for your highlighting. You can have font styling. That means you can change the font that's used when you highlight something, make it bold, make it bigger, make it subscript. You can add a background. That's how highlighters work. Natural highlighter gives it a nice highlight look. Solid color is just a block of color. Text effects. You can have a glow, so you can make the text seem to glow. You can outline it. You can shadow it. Lots of options. Borders and lines. You can draw a box around it. You can put a line down the side. I've done that for one of my filters, as you'll probably see at some point. The one we're interested in is image. Because under image, you get these options. Click to choose. When you click on that, you get all these quite dated pictures that Logos ships with. I've never used these. I'm not sure I ever will. But you can also upload your own custom ones. There you go. So we're going to upload my number 4 PNG. You now see that's appeared in the preview. Brilliant. You can set it in lots of things. The first one is where does it come? I'm going to set it to left margin. That means it'll appear in the margin of my Bible. You can also set it to the right margin. You can put it before the text. You can put it at the start of the text, in the center of the text, at the end of the text. Lots of different options. Let's set it to left margin. You see it's updated up here. You can change the color. That's helpful if you've got an image that you want to recolor slightly. I'm going to leave it as it is. You can make it big or small. We'll leave it at that. That's what we're going to go with. Just so you can see the other ones. Insert text. You can put text before or after your label. That's quite useful. I've got one I can show you for Deuteronomy references, because that's really important in quite a lot of the Bible. And labeling. This is one I've not played with too much, but this lets you add extra information when you add your highlight. Maybe we'll look at those another time. But for the moment, here we go. All done. I'm going to hit save. And hopefully, we should see panel 4 appear. Great. There it is. You can see it's slightly different to the other one. That's because I've not set it up exactly the same. But let me show you how I use it. So I'm going to go to my Bible. Here you go. It's open to Genesis 41. Let's make that full screen. Perfect. You can now see my panels. Here we go. So there's a panel here in Genesis 41 verses 1 to 7 by the look of it. And I'm called panel 1. I've then set one for panel 2, so in the morning, all the way down to verse 13. And then I've done another one from 14 to 16. So 3 panels. But then when you get to verse 17 of Genesis 41, the same thing seems to happen again. So what's the thing that's happened again? Well, Pharaoh dreamed. Same phrase. Same idea. Pharaoh, in my dream. And then we seem to go through a repeat. So it's quite helpful to mark these things out. And if I was just to use my custom highlight that I've just made, I could select the text. I can then hit panel 4. And there you go. Little 4's just appeared by the side. That's going to sync across all my devices. So if I now open it up on my phone, I'll get the little number 4. Brilliant. Really helpful. You can do that with all sorts of things. Now, why are these different? Well, that's because I've also turned on some other features here. So we're going to go back into here. I'm going to set a natural highlighter to be, let's say, a light blue color. I'm also going to insert some text. So what have I done here? Here we go. So on these other ones, I've basically put the text like that. I've hit capsule. Capsule gives you this little round thing here. So I've put capsule in there, and I'm now going to save that. Now, when I hit save, just watch what happens. So remember, we set our highlight here. We put the number 4 there. If I hit save, after a few moments, we should get, there we go. It's automatically updated my highlighting. So that means I can set and change all these things, and they'll change across my Bible. Really, really helpful stuff. You can also tell it to always go to a certain book. So under my chiasms one here, I could say notebook, center active notebook. You can send it to all the other notebooks I've got here by default. And you can also have a shortcut key. So let's say I want to make it the number 4. All I have to do now, select the text, press number 4. This will pop up. Really helpful tool. I've got so many of these here. I've got ones to mark sections. You've seen them before. I've had ones that can draw a line down the side, end sections. I've got little arrows to say therefore, so that, and because. I've set up loads. I've set up keyword ones as well. Here's my Deuteronomy ones. Let me show you something cool then with these ones. So jumping to Philippians. Don't know what you know about Philippians, but Philippians has a reference to Deuteronomy 32 in it. I'm going to turn on my visual filter so you can see this. Here we go. So here's my reference to Deuteronomy 32, which you can see has been automatically highlighted, D32, and with the nice green there, I can look up, and it's telling me it's the perverse generation word from Deuteronomy 32, twisted generation. As I scroll through my Bible now, I'll be able to find Deuteronomy references really, really quickly. So let's say we go to Romans 11. Should be another one here. Here we go. There's a Deuteronomy reference there. What other ones have we got? Let's see. There's another Deuteronomy reference right there. As we scroll through, here's another one. Behold, I'm laying a stone in Zion, a stone of stumbling and a rock of offence. Now, that's not explicitly Deuteronomy 32. However, it is using the phrase. And I think if we were to go to the reference where that's coming from, Isaiah 28, we're probably going to find it's a Deuteronomy 32 section, because Isaiah actually uses Deuteronomy 32 all the way through. Anyway, I can get carried away talking about how Deuteronomy 32 comes up in the Bible. I hope that's useful to you. What I'll do is I'll share these palettes so that you can just download them. All you have to do is click the link, press get a copy, and you can have this in your own version of Logos. I hope that's useful to you. Feel free to add comments and questions to this video, and I'll hope to get back to you. But until next time, see you later.